Welcome to this Living Healthy Moment. In this edition, we are going to discuss a disease that causes injury to the sufferers and to their family and friends. It robs its victims of personality and memory. It also causes an enormous amount of stress and pain. It's called Alzheimer's disease. Today we're going to discuss ways that the caregivers of Alzheimer's patients can help both with the person with Alzheimer's and themselves. I'll briefly first want to give some information on what Alzheimer's disease, or AD, is. And it is a disease that attacks the brain. It's the most common form of dementia. Dementia is a general term for a decline in mental ability that is so severe that it interferes with daily life. There are stages in its progression, and this progression varies greatly between individuals. And while there is no cure, there are some medications that may help ease the symptoms, but not the progress. And it's important to be evaluated by a healthcare professional if there is any concern that dementia is present. There are 10 warning signs and symptoms of dementia, and I'm going to briefly discuss them, and you can find more about them in detail at the Alzheimer's website, alz.org. You may notice a person with Alzheimer's disease has memory loss that disrupts their daily life. They may have challenges in planning or solving problems. He or she may have difficulty completing familiar tasks at home, work, or at leisure. There may be confusion with time or place, trouble understanding visual images and spatial relationships, new problems with words in speaking or writing, losing items or forgetting where something has been left, decreased or poor judgment, withdrawal from work or social activities, and changes in mood and personality. The mood and personalities of people with Alzheimer's can change. They can become confused, suspicious, depressed, fearful, or anxious, even if this was not their personality before developing the dementia. They may be easily upset. Someone with AD or other progressive forms of dementia will get to the point that they'll need a caregiver's assistance to organize their day. If you are able to provide structure and enjoyable activities, the agitation and depression that accompany the dementia can be improved. If you are the caregiver of someone with AD, there are things you can do to help both the sufferer as well as yourself. It's important to create a daily routine, and in that routine, you should make time for yourself or include the person with dementia in activities that you enjoy as well. Planning activities for a person with dementia works best when you are constantly exploring and experimenting and making adjustments. You'll want to consider the person's likes and dislikes, their strengths, their interests and abilities. You'll want to take into consideration how they've typically structured their day previously. Always take into account the time of day that the person functions the best, and give plenty of time for activities. Also, it's best to ensure a regular bedtime and wake time. In spite of this, the most important thing to remember is to allow flexibility within your daily routine for spontaneous activities. As the disease progresses, the abilities of a person with dementia will change, but with creativity and flexibility and problem solving, you'll be able to adapt your daily routine to support these changes. And there are several daily activities to think about and for which to plan, and these include household chores and mealtimes, personal care, creative activities such as crafts or music and art, intellectual activities such as reading or puzzles, physical activities like walking, social activities, and, so importantly, but often forgotten, are spiritual activities. Don't feel like you must fill every minute with an activity. People with Alzheimer's need a balance of activity and rest. In general, if the person seems bored, distracted, or irritable, it may be time to introduce another activity or take time to rest. And music and art can enrich the lives of people with Alzheimer's disease. They allow for self-expression and engagement, even after the dementia has progressed. And once again, the alz.org website offers some wonderful suggestions and ideas. We've discussed a lot of things today, and Alzheimer's disease can be very stressful and difficult to deal with. We recommend that you seek counseling to discuss your concerns and your issues and to learn coping mechanisms. You can see a mental health professional, a clergy member, or even a friend or family member. Alzheimer's disease brings great challenges to the person with it and to families and friends as well. Planning can be the key to successful coping and living with this illness and in living healthy.